Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today, we are watching episode 12 of Death Note, Love.
Love?
If you don't want to wait until next week for episode 13, please check the link in the description. We have a link there to our Patreon where we offer 1 week early access to the date that this episode is released on YouTube. But other than that, oh my god, last episode was insane and I'm freaking out and I don't know what to do. Oh my god. Like, I thought when I was sitting down for episode 11 before we watched it, I was like, this show keeps getting better and better, man. This is a big surprise. This is crazy. It's probably going to be like a middle ground for a little bit of excitement.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to kind of relax there for a little bit.
No, it didn't. No relaxing.
No
Just
relaxing.
full throttle, man. And I love it. I'm here for it. We met Misa a little bit. We had Chief Yagami burst out of the hospital. Burst into a building. We have Elle and Light presumably starting to work together to try to find Kira number 2. What do you have?
That is what I have. The possibilities here for if Light is able to meet the second Kira, is he going to try to keep Misa on his side, especially once he learns that she has the eyes, and utilize her because he doesn't want to sacrifice his own life? You know, like there's some stuff there. Or is he going to want to completely eradicate a second Kira, even though it's flattering because a second Kira, another person, is harder to control and he doesn't know if they're going to mess up his ideas of justice. Obviously, they've now given the public a different viewpoint of Kira than Light was kind of having for himself.
Yeah.
Kind of ruined. It seemed like when Light and Kira first came on the scene, there was a lot of anonymous people in support that were kind of like, yeah, like there's a lot of people that, you know, should be judged, you know, or that they agreed with the death. And then to have like public display of innocent people dying like that, I think Misa might have fudged up any of the people that were in support of Kira's still support of Kira.
Elle doesn't want Light to know that Elle could 70% suspect that there was Kira number 2. So I'm excited to see how that proceeds, I guess, and if Light's dad is going to be okay, like still lying to his face kind of thing. I'm not sure.
Is his dad even a good liar?
I don't know, man, but I am excited to get into it. What about you?
Me too.
Sweet. Do you think all Shinigami like apples?
Yeah. I think Misa is going to be interested in Kira, Light.
If you have two people with Shinigami eyes, do they cancel each other out? I'm sorry.
Can they see each other's?
I don't know.
Can you see someone with a Death Notes?
All along, I've been trying to find a way to get involved in the investigation, but I never thought they would actually approach me. After all, I want to catch Kira as much as you do, Ryuga.
The new one.
That you call me Ryuzaki here. Okay, let's get down to work. You can start by looking over all the information.
So they're still using their fake names. That makes me happy.
I'm curious to see what his impression of these tapes will be prior to knowing ours. He may suspect that these tapes are the work
of
Oh.
That'd be awesome.
The suspect that we've been pursuing up until now has needed both a name and a face to kill his victims. But there is something different happening here. And this Kira demanded only that I appear on TV, but made no request for my name.
True.
If he comes to the conclusion that there could be a second suspect, then he'd be almost completely cleared of suspicion in this case. If he's really Kira, he'll want me dead, seeing as I'm the one leading the investigation.
Oh my god, that's so true.
I can't see the real Kira jeopardizing such an easy opportunity to get rid of me.
But are you suggesting that if my son does not come to the same conclusion, there's an even greater chance that he is guilty?
In that case, there will still only be a 5% chance.
5%.
We'll inform...
This video is so mediocre. Because I'm the real one, but this is a complete disgrace to everything Kira stands for. It seems unusual that no one bothered to explain this video to me. It's probably best if I say nothing. If I just leave it alone, Elle dies.
Oh no.
Damn, it's a test.
Oh, I love it.
For sure, but there might be another person out there with Kira's power. At the very least, I'd say this tape was not created by the Kira we're familiar with. And since we've established that he needs a name and face to kill,
He played this exactly right.
That's almost exactly how Ryozaki said it.
That was incredible, Light.
He's impressed.
so you knew about this all along, Ryozaki?
But the fact that we both came to the same conclusion makes the theory that much more believable.
It does.
Yeah.
As expected, you did not disappoint us. I think he might even be willing to obey the original. Lure him into a trap by sending our own message from the real Kira. I would like you to play the part of the real Kira.
Huh? Me?
What?
Kira?
Do you think you could script a message from Kira in time for it to be aired on the...
How are you gonna play this?
So good.
Does this look okay? I think I managed to make it believable.
Look, he's even holding the paper the same way.
However, if we don't omit the part that says you're free to kill Elle, then I'm gonna end up dead.
And now, a shocking announcement.
Are they gonna show us Misa's reaction?
Maybe.
I am Kira, the true Kira.
CDPD.
The one who was broadcast on Sakura TV 7 is to communicate.
This is the same voice L used, right?
The will.
To be lenient, but I want to make it absolutely clear that the taking of innocent lives is against my will, and that he agreed to abide by my basic principles.
Ryozaki, we have a reply from the second Kira.
This is awesome.
They're like pen pals.
Kira, thank you for your reply. Please do not worry. I will follow orders and do as you say.
If he had any idea what my wishes were, he'd insist that Elle appear on TV and then kill him anyway.
I really want to meet you. I don't think you have the eyes. But you don't have to worry. I would never try to kill you. That's a promise.
He reacted a little bit.
What's this having the eyes supposed to
Light thinks she's dumb.
Please tell me how I can meet you without the police knowing. You'll find something. We can confirm our identities by showing our Shinigami to each other.
He's a liability if I don't do something about him quickly.
What?
Am I supposed to believe that? That Shinigami actually exist?
Holy shit. Holy
Are the
shit,
eyes
holy
like
shit,
a
holy shit,
folklore
holy
of
shit, holy shit.
Shinigami? Like, will he be able to look up how the eyes could be used and know that that means that this killer doesn't need...
Maybe Elle could interpret Kira 2's message as being deceiving and deceitful to help.
But like, look at him. Is he playing right now? Is he acting?
No.
Of course Shinigami don't exist.
But I remember that Kira had those prisoners write something suggesting the existence of Shinigami. It's as Light says. If the two Kiras were connected, I don't think the imposter would be so willing to give up on his plan to kill me.
Is to meet the original.
I think you're right. He's acting out of an interest in Kira. The word Shinigami could very well be some reference to their killing power. Saying we can confirm our identities by showing our Shinigami to each other probably means that they'd confirm their identities by somehow demonstrating their ability to kill.
Based on their messages, we can assume that the word Shinigami must hold some other meaning. Now we just need to convince this copycat to tell us what that is.
But it's a liability to Light.
No, from now on, it's best that we leave it up to the two Kiras. We'll arrange to have this reply broadcast today on Sakura's 6 o'clock news. Now, if I were Kira himself, my priority would be to prevent this imposter from coming into contact with the police. Kira may feel pressured to respond this time. I've been thinking about what the second Kira might do if he gets no response.
Start killing people.
Information that knows Kira once kept secret.
True.
Oh.
That would make Kira nervous. It could be interesting.
No.
Ryuk's face is how I feel right now.
Yeah. I love seeing Ryuk and
In
Elle in the same room.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Is Misa a model?
Perfect.
She likes strawberries too. Her and Elle are destined to be together.
Hey, Rem.
Rem.
Can I ask
ask you something? For a Shinigami to give a notebook to a human, he needs to have two. Ryuk could give a death note to Kira because he somehow
So
found...
he knows.
So
she knows Ryuk.
She knows the name, yeah.
The Shinigami King isn't someone who's easily fooled.
Oh, then how did I get mine?
Let's just say it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm one of the few in the Shinigami realm who knows how to kill another of my kind.
You killed a Shinigami and then you gave his notebook to me, right?
It's not like that. I just happened to be around when he died.
Wow.
It was coincidence, really.
So, how do you kill a Shinigami?
She just keeps it
I
under her
have to
bed.
know.
Unbelievable.
Well,
And the only way to kill a Shinigami is to make them fall in love with a human.
what a beautiful way to kill.
What?
She loves love.
There once was a Shinigami named Jealous who spent all of his time watching over a certain human girl.
Do you think Rem's gonna fall in love with Misa?
Maybe.
It's today, isn't it? Her last day alive.
She looks so full of life. It's just not fair.
Wow. You get, like, they can feel everything, right?
I also wanted to find out how she was going to die, so I stayed and watched with him. A man suddenly appeared and blocked her path.
I love you more than anyone else in the world. I'm always watching you. I want to protect you forever.
Is he gonna interfere?
Can't he kill the person before the person kills her?
Wait, stop it. Without even thinking, Jealous did something that we Shinigami must never do.
Which is like, choose to protect someone?
Wow.
Jealous used his death note to kill the man instantly, exist only to shorten and take human lives.
Did he use his lifespan for her to be able to keep living?
They're not permitted to undo what's fated.
Jealous became something which was neither sand nor rust and disappeared forever.
Wow.
Huh.
That was beautiful,
The
dude.
rest of his lifespan was
That whole
added to
scene.
hers.
The rest of his...
He'd accidentally extended it well beyond.
Wow. Well beyond its natural end. So is she still alive today? What is she doing?
All this time I thought it was luck, but it was a Shinigami who saved my life that day.
Jealous
She's the girl?
to die for you.
Oh my god!
Now yours to keep.
I see. For a Shinigami to die, they have to love a human enough that they'd prevent their death from happening.
No wonder
Not
she's
with me, are you? Be honest.
so okay with the Shinigami eyes.
You
Yeah.
really think you can
She-
kill me that easily?
Because her life was already longer than natural.
She just tried to kill Rem. Holy shit.
Does he know how to K-I-L-L a Shinigami? What's
I'm
taking
freaking
so
out.
long?
How long does she have, you think, then? You hear this music?
Something to start.
She's there too?
What should I do? How can I contact the second Kira without Elle noticing anything?
Go. Enjoy.
Is she gonna talk to her Shinigami in person, like, next to her, and then Light's gonna be suspicious?
I wonder, what kind of person are you? Kira?
This is insane. I hate ending. F. All right, that was episode 12 of Death Note.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely episode 12. I feel like I'm having trouble, like, breathing after that, because I'm just thinking so many things, and my heart's like, whoo.
How long? I mean, Shinigami could, like, you don't know how many years he had stacked up, you know?
Yeah.
But how Rem put it, it seemed like a human is going to live far past when she's supposed to. So my only thought, like, of weakness that Misa would have is her short lifespan. And that's gone now. She has a fine lifespan.
It's probably just a normal average lifespan now, maybe even a little longer still. My questions are, why did Rem do this? Why did Rem choose to take Jealous's death note down to the human world and give it to Misa? I don't know if it was just out of, oh, he loved you so much that he saved you, so I felt you deserved to have his death note. I don't know if that, like, convinces me fully as being, like, the reason. Obviously, Shinigami are bored. They want to be doing something that is fun for them. So maybe Rem saw this as a fun opportunity, and it made sense to Rem to give this death note to Misa. If they were going to pick a human, you know, it made sense for it to be that human. So I would also know they would have taken the Shinigami eyes, so that means Rem can live longer.
Yeah, that's very true. I think that Rem might be in love with Misa. I think that she said that love is what kills them, but obviously not. Love isn't what kills them. It is
defying
undoing
fate.
What's fated. And I know love leads to that, right? But I'm not sure. I think that Rem is definitely very interested in Misa. I did not expect for a second that Misa was going to be that girl that Jealous was infatuated with, like, while it was happening.
Yeah, especially because we were seeing a dark-haired girl with the red hat. You know, obviously Misa has changed her image since then, which begs the question to me, what if it's like eternal youth almost? And what if Misa's actually been around for a little bit longer?
Yeah.
And changed their image because of that?
Could be.
I'm not really sure how it would work if her life was lengthened that much. It might slow down more in terms of how her body changes.
Yeah.
Through the stages of life.
Maybe she, after meeting a Shinigami or, like, you know, learning about this kind of thing, it changed her outward and inward, like, appearance or personality. Like, it seems like her art on the walls, her, you know,
but did Jealous fall in love with her because of her interest in death?
Maybe. I want to. Is she smart? How smart is she? Did she intend to piss Light off or Kira off? I
think she didn't think as far as how is he gonna feel about it. More just, can she get a response from him? I don't think she is actively thinking that she's going to piss him off, or she doesn't want that, and I don't think she's thinking she'd do that. I think she's more just kind of like optimistic, like excitable.
I love how L, Light, and everybody's like, who is this second Kira guy? He's going to be crazy. And then if they learn that it's Misa, they're gonna be like, what? I love this so much.
I am trying to figure out how Kira, the first Kira, is going to get to meet second Kira without the police being privy to their meeting. I'm wondering if Light is going to use Ryuk and be like, hey, I do want to meet the second Kira. Can you set it up with the other Shinigami? You know?
Think he'd do that?
Well, he already thinks that she's a liability because she's spilling secrets.
Do you think Ryuk would do that?
Ryuk would probably think it was fun. So I would say
maybe
probably.
You could, like,
and they were saying
deal.
He was like a pet.
Yeah.
So.
Ugh.
Is Ryuk in love with Light?
No.
Oh.
I was wondering, like, off the cuff, maybe later down the line of the story, and as L gets closer to the police force, even closer than he already is.
You mean Light?
No, L. As L gets even more closer to the police force than he already is, and builds relationships with them, do you think he'd sacrifice himself at any point to Kira and the investigation in order to save the rest of the police force?
I think so, because he already knew that if they don't get in the way of second Kira in the next 4 days, that he was going to have to appear, and he knew because the higher ups in the police station, I guess, and people had already said, you know, you're gonna have to appear.
Yeah, it's right now it's hard for me to accept because I feel like L would try to weigh the options and be like, I still have the best chance of solving this case. The lives I would save outweigh the lives that would be saved at the moment.
Yeah, and I wonder if he actually feels that way. I'm not completely sold.
I know, same here. His reaction to the Shinigami
That
thing.
was wild. I couldn't tell if he was pretending at first or if he was just so logical that he was shocked by such a suggestion and he was thinking about...
I mean, it's a terrifying thought.
Comparing it to something he's already heard from the first Kira.
Yeah.
So it was like, wait, really? Yes, if these are two separate people and they're both referencing the same power in the same way, does that mean it could even possibly exist? Light gave away a big secret. He said that gods of death love apples. Like, that's a liability.
I bet you he's a little bit regretting that in hindsight.
Oh, because the comparison of it. Because he could have been like, oh, well, Kira's never talked about how, like, anything related to gods of death and their power, you know? So this second killer is just making stuff up.
I know he doesn't know it yet, but I think L has the information needed to make an assumption that the eyes give somebody the power to not have to know the name.
Well, that's why I was wondering if it's already lore. If there's already, like, in the deep, dark internet web, if there's already, like, lore about Shinigami, then is there lore about the rules that they make for their, you know, before they take a life? Is that out there somewhere?
Even without it, I think you could still make the connection. Because she
says
in the video...
To see. And if this person has the eyes
and thinks
and
that,
Kira doesn't,
yeah,
but this person doesn't need the
exactly.
names and face, like, yeah.
I wrote down, like, world building when we were learning about how a Shinigami could be killed, and then I was like, holy shit, it's connected to Misa. Like, that... nuts, dude. Insane. I didn't expect that. I want to know how old she is. I want to know if it just happened yesterday. Part of me would be like, why would she have a death note and not do anything with it until Kira comes out? Maybe it inspired her, but I don't know.
She is at the point of knowing that Kira responded. And I don't think she'll go off the handle yet, but if Kira doesn't respond for a meetup with her, then I think she might get upset about that and start killing more people, causing more of a stir in order to get him again to respond to her, kind of force a response from him. I think they said that maybe she'll second Kira, they don't know it's a she, that second Kira will start spilling secrets in order to force a response from Kira.
Yeah. Was it Shoko Maki? Or no, Naomi Misura is the one who died, right?
Mm-hmm.
At first, I was like, holy shit, was it Misura in the red hat? And like, the Death Note canceled Misura's action out. Like, Misura's walking down the street and going to kill herself, and that was written, or going to get killed by somebody, and then somebody else's Shinigami wrote in their book and said that person's gonna die, you know? And then it was gonna be Misura somehow out there, but that was way too far-fetched.
Misura. Misa.
No.
Maybe. But that does beg the question, where is Naomi Misura's body?
Yeah, interesting.
I am wondering if they're going to find it. It's been a little while.
I noticed that Ryuk was wearing a heart earring, and then I was like, do all Shinigami wear heart earrings? No, they just wear earrings. Like, it's like well, two of them at least do, but... crazy. Like, I wonder how often in history a Shinigami has been that infatuated with a person on Earth.
I mean, Rem did say they're one of the only to know how a Shinigami dies.
Yeah.
So it either isn't commonplace, it's pretty rare. This might have been the first instance. If it's not the first, how did Ryuk convince the leader, the god of the Shinigami, to give him a second death note? Because he got one. Rem took one from a Shinigami dying.
Good question.
But Ryuk got another one.
Great question. I don't know.
Is he like the son? Is it like a relation?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Is it because Ryuk already knows maybe a more direct way to kill another Shinigami?
I feel like we don't have the information to know that or
we don't.
Or whatever yet. But right when Rem said that she knows a way to kill a Shinigami, I was like, oh my god, is she going to try to kill Ryuk? But then obviously we saw what happened. So I'm interested to know if there is a way to kill a Shinigami, or a Shinigami killing another Shinigami, you know? Mm-hmm. All right, that's all I have you. Sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.